Hello, Capacity family. Welcome back to the podcast. Today, I want to talk about strongholds. Strongholds are things we hide behind. They can be images, perspectives, mindsets, or even parts of our own identity that we've built over time. And most of the time, strongholds live in our mind. They don't always look dramatic. Sometimes they feel familiar. Sometimes they even feel comfortable. Some of the most common strongholds are depression, anxiety, and blame. And what's interesting is that even though they don't feel good, sometimes they feel safe. We sit in them. We learn how to function in them. And before we know it, they start to feel normal. But here's the truth though. We were never built to carry strongholds. We don't actually have the capacity for them. Think about it like a puzzle, right? You're a specific design. You're a specific build. And you can't take a puzzle piece from another box and force it into yours. It won't fit. That's what strongholds are. They don't belong to us, but we try to make them fit anyway. Like we always do that. Like we always try to make something to fit into me, I'm gonna say me, not everybody, but most of us, like when it comes a time where we try to make everything fit our narrative and what we want, but we can't do that because that stuff bring them strongholds. And the strongholds are the evidence of something deeper, right? They're evidence of some sort of sin, unbelief, and a distance from grace. Sin doesn't always look like something extreme right away. Sometimes it looks like doubt. Sometimes it looks like fear. Sometimes it looks like, just trusting ourselves more than we trust God, which most of the time we try to do that and that's what stuff mess up at, right? So, and when that happens, that's again, we run to our strongholds and they keep us bound. They keep us from our freedom that we were born to have. They pull us into these lies, stealing, adultery, sexual sin, violence, hate, and destruction, whether outwardly or inwardly. They distort how we see ourselves, how we see others, and how we see God. And here's the part we don't always want to admit. Strongholds don't just trap us, they influence our decisions. In Judges chapter 10, verses 6 through 18, we see the story of Jephthah. I probably butchered that name, but we're going to keep it at that, right? So his life is shaped by rejection, pain, and displacement. And then in Judges 11 and 3 tells us something really important. It tells us about the company that he kept. It says he lived with a group of reckless and worthless men. That matters, right? It matters who you hang around, what you do, who's feeding you what. The people around him became part of his stronghold. The culture he was surrounded by shaped how he thought, how he reacted, and how he made decisions. Instead of healing, his pain hardened. Instead of wisdom, the culture reinforced violence and survival at all costs. That stronghold didn't just stay internal. It showed up in his actions. When he made a vow, the stronghold of his mindset, the culture he lived in caused him to choose killing over saving. And that's not of God. You're right. He didn't protect his daughter that he sacrificed. And that's the story I need to go read about because this was so. I was like, my boy, like, that's your daughter. That's your only child in the book, right? So you got to read it. I mean, the stories like we read right now. It's just so interesting, and it shows you how God uses all type of people. Right? Everybody can be used, but this man was used, and it showed that he was being used by God. But still, in all, with the will that he had, he still went above and beyond with some type of vow that God was like, y'all can't overload what you say, but at the end, he killed his daughter because of something that he said he vowed to God, and again, like I was saying, he did not protect his daughter. He sacrificed her. And that shows us something sobering. Strongholds, when left unchecked, distort discernment and lead to destructive choices. That's how dangerous strongholds are. They don't stay contained, they spill over. They puke up, like it's disgusting. So how do we release them? How do we break free? So boom, freedom comes through belief in God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Freedom comes through trust, not surface level belief, but relationship, right? You walking with God, you growing with him, you making him a lifestyle, not just a moment. When something bad or when it's so good, you just like every day, like how you breathe, that's him, right? That's what you do. So again, like strongholds gonna lose a power when the truth takes place. You feel me? We also need community. We were never meant to fight alone. Isolation strengthens strongholds, but community weakens them. You know what I'm saying? Being around people who speak truth, love, and accountability helps us ground in freedom. The evidence is all around us, right? God desires freedom for us, not bondage, not cycles, not hiding, not that negative stuff, right? You don't have to live in the strongholds, right? you don't have the capacity for them. Like, you were designed for freedom. So again, like, I really want to encourage you to let that go, like release it, like choose belief, choose trust, choose relationship, and choose community, because that's what's going to keep you, and that's what's going to keep them strongholds away. Again, because the truth makes strongholds weak. So again, guys, I thank you all for listening. I thank you for being a blessing, and I thank you for sharing, subscribing, and showing your love, right? So again, I love your feedback. Send me comments, questions, concerns. Just let me know what you feel about it. You must have community to help you. Thank you all for listening. Until next time, remember, you have the capacity for this.